Hey guys, today's going to be a little bit of a different video. And before we get into it, let me ask you guys this question. What is the most fun part about Lost Ark? Like, in general, right? When you talk to people about Lost Ark and they ask you, what's fun about Lost Ark, right? What do people usually say? Or what do you think is the most fun part about Lost Ark? Why do you enjoy Lost Ark? Keep that in your mind and we'll bring that up in a little bit. But today's video is a little bit different because it's not really a video that's meant to entertain, nor is it a video to like inform you about anything, nor is it really like my opinion. Really, it's really kind of like a mental health check-in. I personally want to make this video because I think that this video is good for people and good for our health, I guess. And what I'm trying to say is, like, I think that Lost Ark and a lot of live service games in general have us all conditioned in a certain way to want to keep playing the game even though we're not having fun with it anymore. And to that, I pose the question of, are you guys having fun playing Lost Ark right now? And really, dig deep inside yourselves and think about whether or not you actually have fun with this game, or are you playing it because there's some sort of FOMO going on, or like, you're playing it because you feel like you have nothing else to do and Lost Ark fills that void or that gap in time. And are you guys actually enjoying the game? Now, I'm making this video because the last video that I made got me thinking. Like, looking at the comments, it's a lot of like, because I talked about the game getting easier. And again, my opinion is that it's good that the game gets easier because it helps people, get into parties, helps the casual, newer players get into raids, finish their homework, whatever it might be. Whereas before, it was a lot harder to do that. But for me personally, I just didn't think that it was as enjoyable for me. I still have fun with the game. I still have plenty of fun with the game. But the thing is, my enjoyment of the raids has gone down because of this change. And that's fine. I don't think it's a bad thing. Like I said, it's a good thing for the game. But here's where the question that I posed to you guys earlier comes in. I asked you guys, what do you guys think makes Lost Ark fun? Why do you enjoy playing Lost Ark? Why do you come back to the game every day? Now, I would venture to guess most of you probably said Lost Ark is a fun game because of its combat, because of its raids, because it's fun to fight these bosses. All the systems around it suck ass. Like, Lost Ark is a terrible game in terms of its systems, but the core game, the gameplay, the fighting, the combat is extremely fun. So, let me ask you guys again. Do you think that the nerf to the raids make the game more fun or less fun? Now you're kind of thinking how I'm thinking. Because the nerfs to the raids themselves make it so that you have less time playing the game in its most fun content. I hope you can kind of see what I'm saying from my video yesterday. And again, I'm not saying that the nerfs were bad. I'm just saying that they have overall affected my enjoyment of the game because I enjoy playing the game. I enjoy the combat in the game, and the nerfs to the health of the boss, making it die quicker, means I have less opportunity to enjoy the raids. I don't think it's very complicated. I think it's a very simple. If I enjoy one thing, if I enjoy eating cake and you make the piece of my cake smaller, I'm going to have less cake to enjoy. So now, with this new context, let me pose this question to you guys again. Do you guys actually enjoy playing the game? Now, this is probably different for people who are, newer in the game, people who are getting gate kept a lot, right? And for those people, I have another, I'm going to be talking about that later. But for the people who are, veterans like me, people who they have almost no problem getting into raids, I think it's definitely an unfortunate thing that I get to play the game less. And I don't know if everybody shares that same sentiment. It feels like a lot of people are like, well, it's good that I get my homework done quicker. That way I can, stop playing Lost Ark for that week, or, whatever it might be, right? And go play another game. But I'm like, why would you want to play Lost Ark less and be done with everything earlier if you like playing the game? Like, I don't know. It just, there was a lot of thoughts, and there's still a lot of thoughts in my head right now about like people and their relationship to Lost Ark. And I know what a lot of you guys are thinking. Oh, you're a streamer. You're out of touch. You play the game all day. Of course, you have time to play the game for as long as you want, right? And I have the screen up right now for a reason, right? I have the screen up right now because this is my gold earning roster at the moment. My main striker is 1683. My secondary Shadow Hunter is 1680. I just pushed it up recently. But every single one of my other characters is 1640, which is basically 1620, which we get for free a lot of times nowadays with Ignite server, and we don't even need to even talk about the Express event that just happened. I know it's not a free 1620, but you know, you get to push up a character that might not be a fresh 1540 to 1620 relatively easy. So 1640 really is the base for a lot of people. I'd say the majority of people have 1640s right now as a lot of their roster. And you can notice that for my gold earners, this was on reset day or whatever, right before reset, right? This was on Tuesday. The game was about to go down to maintenance at this time. So this was my gold earning raid status at the end of the week. As you can see, I have two characters that have not done a single gold earning raid. And my Soul Eater Seal Fam, you can't see it here, but I only did one gold earning raid on that character. So basically, I only did my raids for 3 characters, and the other 3 characters, I basically don't touch. I do Chaos Dungeon on them, maybe I do a Guardian raid. Heck, for my War Dancer and my Soul Eater, for the most part, I don't even do Guardian raids on them. I just do Chaos Dungeons, and that's totally fine. I play on average, and might come as a surprise to you guys. On average, I stream about 4 to 5 hours a day. And those 4 to 5 hours are basically all I play of Lost Ark. And within those 4 to 5 hours, the actual amount of time I spend playing the game itself is maybe more like 2 to 3. So in reality, I only actually play Lost Ark about 2 to 3 hours a day, which is why, even though I play every single day, I can't even get all my gold earning raids done. And you guys might be like, oh, there you go. That's why raids should be faster and easier. Well, personally, I don't care if I get all my raids done, as you see. For me, I'd rather have fun with the game as I'm playing it rather than worrying about the results of whether I get my raid rewards or not. I personally value the time that I play the game and am enjoying the raiding process itself rather than being stressed about being able to actually clear the raid or not. Because I know that I had a good time doing it and I enjoyed doing it. So again, are you enjoying the game? Now, on top of also not really having that much time to clear all my raids every single week, there's also another reason why I don't play every single one of my characters. My War Dancer is still on tier 3 gems. Well, yeah, tier 3 gems. And then my Soul Eater, until recently, when I borrowed gems from my friend, was only on tier 3 gems as well. And my Breaker has level 5 tier 4s and 2 level 7 tier 4s. So their gems are absolutely abysmal and garbage, which is why for the most part I don't play on them, because 1, I would just get gatekept from other parties, but 2, I just don't enjoy them as much. That's why I don't have them geared, because I don't really enjoy them that much. And also, before you guys say, you know, oh, that's why I don't, you know, it's hard for me to play characters. Like, I mean, well, we'll go into that a little bit later. But for me, if I wanted to get in parties, I could, right? 1, I'm a streamer, but 2, even if I wasn't streaming, I have friends that let me into the parties with them, even with rat characters. Like, they'll just let me in, right? And we'll clear the raid, we'll have fun, whatever it may be. But personally, I just don't really enjoy playing the characters as much. That's why I don't play them as much. And I feel like this is a thing for, you know, this is where kind of I get tripped up, right? I feel like a lot of people feel like they need to have a 6-character roster when you actually don't. If you don't enjoy, like if you feel like you're pushing up against time every single week. Oh my gosh, I have to get through my raids. I have to get all this done. I have to get my 6th character done. Like, why stress yourself doing that? Like, you don't need a 6 character roster anymore to be able to get your characters to the latest content. We've talked about this many, many times. It was a huge misconception at the beginning of the game, and we even had Saint coming out to apologize. I'm really sorry for making people feel like this way. So you don't need to have a 6 character roster. And I feel like this is where I get trapped again, where I get stuck in like thought, right? I think a lot about this stuff because, hey, Lost Ark is my job right now, right? But I think a lot about like, why are people, at least from what I can tell on the surface, doing things that it seems like they don't like doing? For me, if I don't want to do raids on all my characters, I don't do them on all my characters. I'll take a hit to my gold for that week, but that's fine. I just adjust my character roster accordingly, like what I did. You see right now, I have 2 transform classes, and this was an active decision that I made. I decided that I want to play the game still, but I don't want to play it as hardcore as some people might be playing it. So, as a result, I actively moved and changed my roster in a way where I could play the game less, but still keep up with the content. I have a Shadow Hunter and a Machinist because they're both transform classes and they share gems with my Striker. So basically, this means I only have 1 endgame gem setup. And in reality, when I say endgame, they're not even good. Like, I get made fun of on my stream all the time because I've been playing the game for 2.5 to 3 years, and I barely have any level 10 tier 3s or level 8 tier 4s. This is my setup right now, guys, on my Shadow Hunter. I have my Striker gems transferred over. There's only 2 level 8 tier 4 gems and 1 level 10 tier 3 gem on this character. And that's the same as my Striker pretty much. And I'm still rocking level 6 tier 4 gems. Like, for a 1680, this is really bad. Because personally, I just don't play the game in a way that's very efficient. I don't play the game in a way that will net me a lot of gold, a lot of, whatever that will progress my character. And I understand that's the way I like playing the game. So as a result, I change my roster in a way that fits my playstyle. I'm not going to go and complain that I'm getting gatekept because I don't have the gems or I don't have the whatever, and just not do anything about it. I go and actively change the way that I have my roster set up. I play to account for the fact that I don't have as many resources as some of the people that are playing the game more hardcore than me. And I feel like this is something that people don't do. People just play the game in a way that they want to have their cake and eat it too, I guess, right? And you could say that, hey, I just want to play a lot of different characters, and is that my problem? Like, no, it's not your problem. But this is a design of the game, right? It's a design of the game that makes it so that's very hard to keep up with multiple characters at a high level and have them be different classes. So, if you want to play the game a certain way, you need to be changing the way that you play, or maybe this game just isn't for you. Like, maybe at the end of the day, and this goes back to my kind of thought, like my question that I posed, is this game actually fun to you? And it's not about like, oh, but I could be having fun if I had a certain setup, or I could be having fun if the game weren't so punishing. Well, that's the game, right? The game is punishing. That is the game. And we could wish that the game were different, and we could wish for better things, and that we do all the time. But the reality of the situation is this is the game that we have right now. So instead of playing the game as a game, that you wish it could be, maybe if you're not having fun with the game, just be like, oh, maybe I should play another game. Or if you still want to play the game despite that, maybe adjust the way that you play to suit the game as it is right now. And again, to emphasize, I'm not saying that we shouldn't ask and hope for better. I'm not saying that the game is perfect the way it is and we should just not complain. But I'm going to say you can complain, but at the same time, don't just complain and do nothing. If you want to still play the game and complain at the same time, do that, but then also change the way you play the game so that you have a better time playing the game while it's in this current state, and then still hope for the future to be better instead of sitting here and hoping for the future to be better but not changing anything about the way you play the game to help you enjoy the game more. I know this is going to be a very unpopular opinion. People are going to flame me in the comments, but again, I just wanted to make this out there because, again, I want this to be more about health and like the good of the person behind the screen rather than like my personal like outlook in the community. Like, this is definitely going to make people hate me more, right? But I personally want to make this video because I think that you as a human are worth more than this game and what it does to you as a human, and it shouldn't make you feel this way. And you should understand that the game is making you feel this way and manipulating you to keep playing it despite feeling this way. So, yeah, I don't know. But yeah, this is a rant, right? This is really free flowing. I have no script, no nothing, right? I'm just going off of what my thoughts are because I truly just, I don't know. I want you guys to really dig deep and think about what you're playing this game for, because that's important. Like, you guys are important. Your health is important. But that's for us veteran players, right? Really think about it. For newer players, this is going to be a little bit different because some of you guys are like me, where you might not have that many characters that you want to play, or you literally just don't have that many characters because you're a newer player and you're getting gatekept a ton. Well, for you guys, it's tougher, and it's not about whether or not you're actually having fun with the game or not because of the game's mechanics, but are you actually able to play the game because you're getting gatekept? There's a lot of new players, and this game is not friendly towards new players, and that is totally true. But at the same time, are you doing what you need to do to actually play the game? And like, what I mean is, like, again, like for me, it's the same as before, right? I understand my situation as a player, and I need to do things to flex around my personal preferences for playing the game, even though I might want to play a variety of classes, even though I might want to play a full 6 roster, I can't. That's just not something I can do because of the way that I play the game or the situation that I'm in. So, as a new player in your own situation, are you looking at what you can do to have more fun and play the game more and try to get yourself not being gatekept? And I truly mean that because there's a lot of people out there who say that they're getting gatekept, but they haven't even exhausted the next step. And what I mean by the next step is just beyond Party Finder. I've made a video about this, but I want to highlight a video that my good friend Dubla made a while in the past. How to find friends in Lost Ark and end your gatekeeping experience. And this truly is, at the end of the day, what I want you guys to do. Again, take a look at yourself, dig deep. Are you truly doing what you need to do to get into parties? Now, it is a problem of the game that you are not able to just play the game and get into parties. That is definitely a problem of the game. And that is no excuse. It's not your fault for not getting gatekept. The game promotes a play style, and the community reacts to that by, having a lot more gatekeeping tendencies, gatekeeping more. But you need to understand, again, this is the game that we're playing right now. And it's not the game that you wish it could be. This is the game right now. So if you want to continue to play this game, are you doing what you need to do to play this game? Because if you're not and you're still complaining, either A, maybe this game isn't for you, or B, maybe you should go and do these things to help yourself play the game. And one of those things is by making friends in the game. And I know what you guys are saying. Like, I tried. But did you actually try? Like, right here, he says, first method, actually talking to people and asking people to run with them. And not just talking like in a raid that you're like getting gatekept in, or like people are getting mad at you. So you're like talking back at them. Be like, I'm trying everything I can, right? Not like that. Are you talking to people like, when you're playing your Guardian raids, right? In this situation, Dubla is going into his Guardian raid and actually, after the Guardian raid, saying, hey, I haven't finished all my raids yet. Are you guys done with your raids? Can I play with you guys? Can I join you guys, right? Like actually having a conversation with people and trying to make friends with them. Because he says in this video, and I'll link the video in the description below, he went into his first Guardian raid and he was able to find somebody to make friends with and actually have them invite them to raids. Like actually make friends with them and be like, oh yeah, I don't have raids this week, but maybe next week. Or like, I have raids this week left. Let's run them together, right? Have you actually tried to do this and actually talk to people? And the reason why I'm asking you guys this is because I am that type of person. And like many of you guys, we're all gamers. We're introverted people. Talking to people is rough and hard, but that's what it takes to make friends and get people to play with. And then also, let's say you're getting dono walled by people, right? Fine. Have you tried the Lost Ark LFG groups that I've mentioned plenty of times in the past? And I even made a whole dedicated video about this, about going to these Discord groups and trying to find friends or groups there. If your answer is no, do it now. Like, these groups are really made for people to try it, like the newer players, more casual players who can't get into parties, to make friends and get into groups. And again, I'll link the description to that below and also the video that I made. But have you really tried doing these things? If your answer is no, then don't complain. Either that or don't play the game, because the game is not for you. Again, it sucks that the game is this way. I'm not saying that the game shouldn't be easier to find a group. I'm not saying that there should be like more gatekeeping or shouldn't be less gatekeeping. But again, you need to face the reality of the situation and adjust for the situation and change the way that you play the game, change the way that you do anything to adjust for the situation instead of complaining. Again, this video is, I'm sure, going to be hated by a lot of people, but I think this is a necessary message that needs to go out, because I think in the long run, it's going to make us all better people. And what that might mean is it means that you stop playing the game because the game's just not for you. Like, I don't know how to say this. Again, this is probably going to make me hate it even more on the internet, but personally, truly, I just want to make it so that you guys have a better relationship with the game. And maybe that might mean ending your relationship with the game, like a bad breakup, But yeah, that's about the end of my rant today. This ended up being a very long video. But, hopefully you guys are at least receptive to what I'm saying. I'm not trying to like flame anybody, or like I'm not trying to like be mean or like yell at you guys or whatever it might be. I'm truly trying to make it so you guys have a better relationship with the game and are happier in the long run, because I feel like the Lost Ark community has a lot of negativity. There's a lot of negativity in the community. And maybe this is just a thing about the internet, and this is my first time, this is my first time being like an online streamer person, whatever, right? So this is my first year of being like introduced to this stuff. But I feel like there's a lot of negativity in the community, whether it's the Reddit, whether it's Twitter, whether it's YouTube comments, whatever. Twitch streams, not so as much, but in these other places, there's a lot of negativity. And I don't know. It just makes me feel like a lot of people are unhappy. And I want to see if I can help you guys get down to the core of that and try to figure it out. So yeah, that's about it, guys. I don't know. I'm not gonna end my video with the usual stuff. So I'll see y'all in a little bit. Peace.